The Pechenga band of Indians has called the Temecula Valley home for more than 10,000 years. Life on Earth began in this valley at Expa Temecula, the birthplace of the Kamalam, first children. Temecula was the place where the world as we know it came to be. Events that took place here determined how some people became plants and animals, how people dealt with sickness and death, why some things could be eaten yet others could not, and all the other details of life in native California. Pre-contact, 10,000 plus years ago. Groups of people now known as Indians have inhabited the Temecula Valley for thousands of years. We call ourselves Payamcowichum, the people of the West, and we are made up of 7 bands: Pechenga, Pama, Pala, Rincon, San Luis Rey, La Jolla, and Saboba. Evidence of our presence before the arrival of Europeans survives throughout the valley. Bedrock mortars, stone tools, pottery, and rock art are still found in Riverside and San Diego counties. These artifacts prove that we have a long history and a rich culture that existed before the arrival of the Spanish missionaries. Through periods of plenty, scarcity, and adversity, we have governed ourselves and cared for our lands. Over millennia, we came to understand the importance of natural cycles and learned how to manage our resources. We developed a variety of technologies, such as stone tool manufacture, basket weaving, and pottery making, and our surplus goods were distributed along Southern California's extensive trade routes. Our society was organized to ensure that everyone had food and shelter, and everyone was raised to know what was expected of him or her. The stories of how the world was created have been passed down for generations, and these stories contain rules for proper behavior and the consequences of breaking those rules. Before the arrival of Europeans, the Payam understood their place in their world.
Them stories ain't being passed down no more.
1797. The invasion of Spanish missionaries, and each successive group of non-natives, to the Temecula Valley had a devastating effect on the Payam, but we have survived every challenge. Generation after generation, we have grown and adapted to meet changing times and conditions. This land is witness to our story. The missionaries, 1797 to 1834. Europeans first arrived in the Temecula Valley in 1797.
As
Father Juan
missionaries.
Norberto de Santiago, a
Pay
Franciscan priest,
attention.
records passing through the Temecula Valley during an exploratory journey to identify possible sites for future missions. In 1798, the Spanish missionaries established Mission San Luis Rey de Franco within the borders of Luiseno ancestral territory. The Payam began to be called San Luiseños and later just Luiseños. Life in the mission was hard for the Payam. Our ancestors were fed European foods that were not as nutritious as the fresh native foods they had eaten before.
Like they
The
doing
poor
right
diet,
now.
combined with new diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, caused many native people to get sick. Within a few decades of the founding of Mission San Luis Rey, several thousand Payam had died.